Most people are using AI for generic advice and then wondering why they're still not making more money. No results, no traction, and no progress. So, what I did instead was have a strategic money conversation with AI, and it changed how I see income in midlife. But before I show you how, let me introduce myself. Hey, friend, my name is Quinn, and I'm on a mission to help women in midlife create more freedom, ownership, and opportunity for themselves by turning their existing skills and experience into smart, purpose driven income streams. Here's the problem that I'm seeing quite often these days. People ask AI really vague questions like, hey, chat, what business should I start? How can I make more money online? Or give me some ideas. And then they get overwhelmed with options, confused about next steps, and stuck in analysis paralysis. AI didn't fail them. The questions that they were asking did. So I stopped using AI for ideas and I started using it to help me make better decisions. And that's when it became more of a strategic partner for me rather than just a tool. Here's the difference that most people miss. One prompt gives you advice. A prompt chain gives you direction. Each question builds on the last one. You go deeper instead of wider, and the entire conversation stays focused on one thing. How do I make money using what I already know? Not five ideas, not 10 side hustles, one clear path. When I ran this process for myself, I wasn't trying to invent something new. I was dealing with two very real problems: income inconsistency and lack of offer focus. So, what the prompt chain gave me was a flood of new ideas. It gave me clarity. And that's how the content clinic actually came to life. I started hearing the same thing over and over from many of the women, solopreneurs, and entrepreneurs that I was meeting. And some of what they were talking to me about was, how painful it was to create content. They were telling me, man, creating all this content on a daily basis is really exhausting. They were saying things like, I never know what to say on my social media channels, so I don't really say anything. And then they were also telling me, I'm posting, but nothing really feels strategic. The needle for me is not moving. And after I started hearing these types of things over and over again, I started realizing that most women weren't really struggling with content. They were struggling because they did not have a framework, a guide, or a plan to help them create momentum. So that gap, that exact stress point is what the content clinic solves. So the prompt chain helped me name the real problem I was already solving, shape it into a clear, focused offer, choose the simplest channel to deliver it, and map a realistic 90-day plan that didn't burn me out. What surprised me most was not the strategy, it was the relief. The second guessing in my brain sort of calmed down. The financial anxiety that I was feeling sort of eased up a little bit. And then it was because I finally had direction instead of just all of these options that ChatGPT loves to give you when you ask those open ended questions. So here's an important part that I see many women skipping. The content clinic didn't start perfectly formed, right? I ran a test group first. And this allowed me to spot what was landing with my ideal audience almost immediately because these were people who were in this test group and they were giving me their real time feedback. They were telling me things that kind of stopped them or helped them. So I was getting that immediate feedback. I was seeing where women got stuck in the process. And then I was able to take all of that feedback and then tighten the offer over time. So don't think that you need to have a perfect thing to go to market with. You just have to keep reiterating. And this is where AI really shines, not in helping you, launch this huge thing, but in helping you validate what you have to offer quickly. Clarity plus testing is what creates momentum. I'll say that again. Clarity plus testing is what creates momentum. So you might be curious about what specifically I asked AI to help me solve. So here is the foundational question that I ask AI. And I just basically say, based on everything that you know about me, what is the fastest way for me to make money? Limit it to one offer and one channel. That constraint is everything because AI left unchecked will give you pure chaos. It will keep going on and on and on. And because you asked this question in this way, you framed it in this way, it really forces focus, it forces simplicity, and it makes sure that the math actually does math. So if the answer doesn't fit your life, your energy, or your values, then push back on ChatGPT. Say, listen, man, I don't like that. What else do you have for me? And so it becomes a conversation, not a command. As midlife women, we don't need more options. We need fewer decisions, clearer language, and income paths that respect our time as well as our nervous system. Using AI this way didn't make me more creative, it made me more intentional. This is the exact kind of work that we do inside of More Life and Midlife. We don't chase trends. Instead, we try to help you identify the right income path for this season, translate your experience into a clear offer, and then move forward with focus instead of feeling completely overwhelmed. If this conversation feels like the one that you've been missing, check the description, find the link, and join us inside. It's absolutely free. If this video helped you put words to something that you've been feeling, make sure you like it, share it, and subscribe for even more. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.